Hello everybody, Icelandic Farmer here, and welcome back to the series Trekking in Europe. If you remember, last time we went from Jönköping up to Västerås. We are still in Sweden, we have not left Sweden yet. So today I was thinking to check what we will get out of Västerås. Of course we are not binded to be driving from Västerås, but it's more realistic because we did drive the truck up there, but of course we could have jumped to the plane and drive back to Gothenburg or wherever, but let's check out what we have over there. So we are in Västerås. Let's see, we got this one here. It is constructor to constructor. It is taking us 4 hours trip time, 247 kilometers, and it's 4 tons. It's giving us 4,000 because I don't want to go down to Poland yet. I want to get a little bit more of Sweden and Norway, this Scandinavian part of the world, before we start to go long trips down here into Europe. So we could get. Let's take this job. This is quite a nice trip. Not too long either. So, but a nice trip. So here we are in the cab of MAN, and we have a mod trailer behind us. Not a big load, it's just 4 tons, I think. So let's start everything up here, put the lights on, and put it in the gear and start driving forward a little bit so we can get a good look on everything there. Make sure that we have brake lights, blinkers. Yes, and it's looks to be strapped on, so now it's just for us to start driving. I could take away. No, we should maybe have this one on. We don't have any sat nav on this truck. So it's clear for us to get out. Kind of basic truck, this one. Seems to be. It's just a 6-cylinder engine. Not big motor on this one. Here you need to. What is it, 50? Yeah. Make sure that we don't get a fine for speeding. This is what I like mostly about the Euro Truck Simulator instead of American Truck. In American Truck, there is you get a fine just from a police car. In this game, Euro Truck, you need. Oh, this is going quite good here. Sorry about that. You need to be taken by camera mostly in the Euro Truck. So it is not as hard to get a speeding ticket here in Euro Truck instead of American Truck. American Truck, you need to be quite alerted about all police cars. so you don't get a fine. Been thinking soon we will be able, of course we can buy ourselves own truck now, but I would like to get more money into the bank before we take this 100,000 loan to buy ourselves our own truck. But we will soon, hopefully, get ourselves our own Volvo. I think I am quite of a Volvo lover. Been dreaming that in many years myself. Of course, I've told you some stories. I did drive the last 2 years in Sweden. I did drive one Volvo FH13 was it called, 2012 model, 460 horsepower, and I had a big trailer behind it. It was 15.5 meters long trailer, and I did drive quite much around in Sweden, both south and north, and west and east, of course, mostly quite a lot about Sweden. But I did drive many times up into the north of Sweden, and I remember I went one trip in the winter, and I did load about 12 o'clock in the evening on a Sunday on Stena Stål in Västerås. I loaded up, I think it was 36 tons of steel. This steel that you put in concrete walls for building houses, and I went. I think it took me about 2 or 3 hours to load the trailer, and I started on my work day 11 o'clock in the evening. So after loading, I started my trip up to the north, and had I think it was 4 stops on this trip actually. And when I was driving more north, it started to snow more and more in the night there, and after a while, I think it was in 4 o'clock on the Monday, I had stopped my first stop on the trip to unload, and I had, I think it was 2 stops this day. On the Monday I did. The third one was actually need to be 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, and so I stopped early. Stopped it early this day, and did take my rest. And when I wake up in the middle of the night, I think it was, if I remember right, 3 o'clock in the night, and I looked out the window. It had been snowing quite a lot in the night there, and started my trip to the third place that I was going to unload, and it was snowing all the time, and when I was about half an hour, it was in 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had only half an hour left to the place, so I had in the time I should have just half an hour left, so I should be there about 6:30 in the morning. I was coming to the junction there. I should turn right, and and then I should just have a half an hour left of my trip to this third unloading place. There was a steep hill, and the hill started right in the junction, so I didn't have any what do you call it, momentum, so I could get up the hill. So I actually started to drive up the hill, and I almost got to the top of the hill, and then the wheels start spinning for me, and everything stopped. And I actually got a little bit scared because everything started to glide backwards for me. And can imagine yourself sitting in a big truck with 36 tons of steel on the back of the trailer, total weight of 56 tons, I think it was, and everything started to glide backwards. And I remember I was talking to my boss there. I was talking to him on the telephone, and I started to talk about I should maybe put my chains on. But then I did remember I did take my chains off at home, about 600-700 kilometers away. So everything was just stopped there, and I did try to reverse down the hill, but it didn't help because everything was sliding sideways. So after I have tried that, I totally stopped on the wrong side of the road. Actually, I started to glide to the left when I was trying, and stopped it there. And it took about 3 hours until I got help from a truck that could have helped me up the hill. And after that, I decided that if I was driving in the winter into the north of Sweden, I always have my chains with me. Even though it's not snowing, you never know. It's something that you learn after an episode like this. On this trip, everything could have got just sideways. I could have lost the truck out of the road and put it on the side, and everything is just finished. But on this trip, I actually used my head and stopped before everything got to hell. And there was a truck there that was what do you call it? Open the road. Was taking the snow away from the road, and he had no chance of pulling me up the hill. I was too heavy for him, so it did take us. We needed to get assistance from some real truck that take care of recovery truck, you call it maybe. And of course it cost us some money for that, but if I had been trying all by myself, it would have cost us more money. For maybe the truck have just rolled over there on the side of the road, and all the goods that I had on the trailer could have been damaged, and then it will be cost us any more money. So sometimes you need to look at the situation you are in and see what is the best way to get out of it without damaging the truck and the goods you're hauling. Because if you take the wrong decision, it will probably cost you quite a lot of money. And it will be probably costing us a little money here now, because I have already crashed a little bit with the truck and the trailer. But we'll see where we will end up with this after this trip here. We are almost at the point end point here. It's not far away, 5 kilometers away. And we will discover Linköping too. There is one more city that we will get jobs from. So, almost there. Yeah, discovered. Linköping discovered. Actually, one city that I have been dreaming sometimes in real life, actually. So, if you're driving outside on the highway here on this on the highway road with Linköping, what are they doing? These cars, the AI traffic is totally terrible. They're like idiots. Sorry the language, but they are. Mostly in the way. There are problems. I can see that with my game here. It is lagging quite a lot, especially when you're turning. I don't know why it is doing this. It have done this after the last update of the game. Probably, if you know what it is, give me a comment and tell me. I would like to see because I have this NVIDIA graphic card, and I have checked, and everything is up to date there, drivers and the game is optimized for the graphic card too. So I don't know what it is that is making this lag like this. So here we are at the end point. Yeah, it's an easy part actually. Don't like the sound in this engine. It's like a sewing machine. I like the Volvo engine sound, but much better. This trailer is taking quite a lot of space. There. Let's put the parking brake on. Turn off the engine and turn off the lights. There. And take off the trailer. Disconnect. Satisfactory. Okay. We got some damage. 2.7%. No good. It did actually lose the parking bonus. Yeah, it could be had been worse. So this is it. This trip for today. Now we are up to 18,000. Let's just check out, just for fun here, if we next video, if we will take a job out of here. We have Linköping to Karlskrona. That could be a nice job in a DAF. We could go to Helsingborg with Scania, or we could go to Denmark in a Volvo. These three jobs are quite interesting. But that is actually next video's problems, if you can say like this. But this is it for today. I hope you liked the video. You give me a comment if you have anything to add or any questions. And if you like the video, of course, you give me a like. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.